Okay, now this is a, an extended talk on the experiment 1 videos that I've got, the Mandela Effect Experiment 1 video. The reason most of you must be wondering, what's this got to do with the Mandela Effect? So basically, um, theoretically, what I think is that the effects of gaslighting, yeah, if you look at gang stalking and you look at the gaslighting techniques they use, where um, when your back is turned, they make a change, and everybody in that vicinity will be on the same page. And when you turn around, they're like, well, that change has always been there. Yeah. I don't know. I've been in many situations where I've had to compete with other people, and you can let's say go to the bathroom for a bit and then come back, and somebody has moved your files, and then you ask, what happened to my files? And everyone's like, well, we don't know. We haven't seen any files. So and then they'll tell you, well, you never had no files on your desk anyway, so we don't know what you're talking about. So that effect, yeah, ties in with the Mandela effect, because if the system becomes involved and the system starts aiding and abetting, assisting those people who are doing that, then you can have a scenario where you're in a catchment or a city or whatever, where everyone has been instructed to act like something didn't happen, yeah, and you will report a Mandela effect, but it's actually just gang stalking and gaslighting. So it does tie in. That's just one theory. There's actually, well, that's just one concept derived from my theory. There's actually two others which we'll discuss later. But now concentrating on that gaslighting and by gang stalkers. Now, my Mandela Effect Experiment 1 video, identifying these handlers within your support networks. This is an extension. The same spreadsheet can be used, yeah, to actually identify these handlers or gang stalkers, so that you get a sense of what's going to happen next. By observing them, we need to start studying them actually, and yeah, they're like specimens to us normal folk, those of us who know. So you need to study their behavior to see what they're going to introduce next, to see what lie they're going to try, some falsehood that they're going to try and introduce next to the general public, and you get a sense of it. So you need to always know, yeah, that they're doing this to you. You need to always know, yeah, because as soon as you stop knowing, then they don't have to worry about being seen, and then your mind can believe the changes. But once you know that people are doing this, as soon as a change happens, your mind is not going to take to it, because it will suspect that people are doing this. So you must always know that there's people who are gang stalking you and acting like designated handlers. Now, this is a spreadsheet I developed on my Mandela Effect Experiment 1, but you can also download it. Download it yourself. Give me a second. You can also download it yourself. At there, yeah. So you go to that page there and you download it, yeah. I'm gonna keep it there for 5 seconds. You can always return back to this bit to check where you can download it, or you can copy it as I'm going through it, yeah. So the first thing to do, you set up the experiment. Now remember, these people, I treat them like how do you put it? I treat them like, well, like an experiment basically, where they, to me, they're like specimens that I'm studying. So your whole life is an experiment. My whole life is a bloody experiment. Yeah. So the first thing you do, You choose 3 days in the future, 3 days ahead, yeah, and you try and make it as random as possible, so we can't say that it's coincidence really. So you choose, let's say today's June the 3rd, 2017. You choose June the 6th as your first day, then June the 9th as your second, and then June the 12th as your third day. Yeah, that's what this is describing. Yeah. So then after you've chosen the days, yeah, on the first day, yeah, on the, let's say now June the 6th, you go and sit in your room, make a decision in your room. Like, let's say I'm gonna decide to date someone, but I won't make that decision until day 1. Yeah. So I go on day 1. I go into my room. I make sure that the curtains are drawn and the door is locked, so there's no way any other human being can see it. Now you're setting up the experiment. Now this is experiment conditions. Yeah. No human being can see it unless some unnatural power is being used, or you're being bugged. Yeah. So it's either conspiracy to bug your room, or they're seeing into your room in some paranormal way. So those are the only 2 explanations that can explain how somebody can appear to know what you said in a concealed room when they weren't there at the time. So you go into a room and you conceal it. Yeah. Then you make sure no one else is in that room. Yeah. And then you make a decision. So let's say for me, I'm in my room, it's concealed, and I decide, right, I'm going to go and rob the supermarket. Yeah. I don't know what, but anyway, there's people who do that. So anyway, I'm going to go and rob a supermarket, and I decide that on day 1. Yeah. Then you get your notepad and pen. Yeah. But remember, do not tell anyone else what you have decided to do. Yeah. So you're in that room. You're alone. Oh. Yeah, you're alone in that room. Yeah. And do not tell anybody what you've decided to do. Yeah. So then you get your notepad on day 1. Yeah, on June the 6th, you get your notepad and pen. Yeah, you write down the date, June the 6th. Yeah, and you fill that date in on the data tab, which is here, on day 1. Yeah, you fill that date in. That's June the 6th. Yeah. Say June 6th. Yeah. 2017. Yeah. So that's that. Now you leave your concealed room on June the 6th. You go outside, but remember, do not discuss the decisions you made in step 2, which is here. Yeah. Like for me, I've decided to rob Tesco. Let's say today's I decided to rob Tesco, so I don't discuss that with anyone. Yeah. Then I go outside, out of my room. Yeah. And then now you've got your notepad and pen. Remember, now you write down anyone you see outside of your room that initiates a conversation, even if it appears to be coincidental, about the subject that you were deciding about when you was in your room. Yeah. So you go outside, and then somebody says, "Oh, have you dated anyone lately? Or can we go out on a date?" And somebody starts mentioning dating for you. For me, it would be like, so has anybody robbed Tesco or something like that? Somebody starts a conversation about me robbing a supermarket. So then you write his name down. Yeah. Write down any name on your notepad and pen. And also another type of human being you meet is somebody who turns up coincidentally, that would be an interested party in what you are talking about. So for you, if you are deciding who to date next. This would be someone who would be like an ex-lover, somebody who will just turn up or coincidentally, yeah. And yet, if you was to tell them about dating, they will have something to say about it, yeah. So let's say you say to yourself, I'm going to date this person. You go out on the street, an ex-lover turns up, yeah. And this is somebody who you know will be an interested party in that decision. Or somebody turns up that you know, in my case, if I say I'm going to rob a supermarket, and I go outside and a policeman turns up coincidentally, obviously that will be an interested party. So you write down their names. So for me, June the 6th, I write down a police. A policeman. Yeah. Okay. So that's what it's saying. So you write down the name on your notepad, then you write it down into the name column where I've just written it there. Yeah. Then you repeat the same thing on day 2, which will be the 9th. So on the 9th, I go here, I write down June the 9th. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So anyway, so June the 9th will be a second day. Yeah, but remember the policeman didn't turn up on June the 9th. So you write it on the second column. Yeah. But this one, every like for example, if you got a girl turning up as well, a friend, let's say, yeah, one friend, and you also write June the 9th here as well. Yeah. So that's what happened on that day. When it comes to the second day, you go on the following row so that you don't mix them up. So then you write here June 9th. Yeah. And this will be the first person that turned up on June the 9th. Yeah. So then you do the same thing. You say, right, I'm going to go to the supermarket and rob that. So then you go outside, and sure enough, a policeman turns up and passes you by coincidence. Yeah. Or if you're deciding to date on June the 9th, I think I'm really going to date this person, and an ex turns up again. Yeah, same ex. Yeah. So then you repeat the same thing for the 3rd day. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I sit in a concealed room and I say, I'm going to rob the supermarket. I go outside, a policeman flashes by me again. Yeah. So when I've got to the end, I'm asking myself, what are the likelihood of having a policeman flashing by me again and again on 3 separate occasions, yeah, 3 days apart, yeah? That's not a coincidence. Then I know I'm being monitored by police. You see what I mean? But for you, if it's an ex-man that turns up, yeah, 3 days in a row, you start to suspect that my ex is actually monitoring me. Right? So so then you take the total, yeah, of those that appeared, the total that appeared of those that appeared on day 1, day 2, and day 3. Yeah, so for me it will be a policeman. Yeah. The total of those who appeared just 2 out of those 3 days, and you go back to your data. Well, no one else. This one appeared only once, so the total of those who only appeared once, a friend. Yeah. Yeah. So then you just look for those who are hits. The ones who appeared 3 times are the hits. Yeah. That was just a random. My friend appearing was a random, but somebody appeared 3 times and it was a policeman. Yeah. You see what I mean? Yeah. So then I know that I'm being monitored by those. Did happen to me. Yeah. For a joke, because I'm not a criminal, and it would be stupid to be a criminal when police is monitoring you. That's just dumb. That's stupid. Yeah. So I said, just for a joke, just for a test, I'm gonna go to my local supermarket and rob it. We're out there, a police van, yeah, drove past me, parked at the supermarket, when I was 1 minute away. Yeah. So I said, ah. So I waited maybe a week later. I said the same thing. I'm gonna go and rob the supermarket. I passed. This one, it was a police car. Got to the supermarket before me. Yeah. And then I done it again, and a police van came. And I was thinking, if I was a criminal, yeah, I would now know that I'm being monitored by police, and then that's why I don't plan crime. Yeah, they've been monitoring me since I believe 1997. Yeah, so that's over 20 years now. Yeah, they've been monitoring me since then. I'm not a criminal. Yeah, but if I was to plan crime, it would be bait, knowing that police is watching me like that. Yeah, they just appear coincidentally. Yeah, I don't know what type of power they're using to monitor me, but when my window and my curtains are drawn and my door is locked, and I decide to plan something, and they appear as if they know exactly what I was doing, I'm either being bugged, yeah, or they're using some kind of unnatural power, yeah, to see into my room. Yeah. Either way, I can't do no crime. Yeah. It would be like Al Capone in his very last days. When you know you're being monitored, you're an idiot for doing it. You've only got yourself to blame. You're gonna get catch. You're gonna get caught. Yeah. So you check it out first. And if you're a woman that's looking to date someone and your ex keeps appearing coincidentally, you know he's monitoring you. Yeah. That one behaves as your handler. He considers himself your owner. This is how you identify those who are behaving like that. Because when it comes to gaslighting, these are the ones that will change things, yeah, into something else, yeah, and then act like it's always been like that, yeah. When you start to see unusual behavior in the people that you know to be you're trying to be your handlers, yeah, that's when you know that something is going down. When they start to get bullish, start to get overconfident, that's when you know that something deep is going down here. They're up to something. You've got to know that. Yeah. So just be careful out there when you're making decisions in your life. Yeah. Make sure you test it to see if there's anyone undermining it. Yeah. If there is, why do they feel so bullish about doing that? Where they could appear 3 times, that means there's something really deep going down here. And then you wait for a Mandela effect. Yeah. It will surely manifest.